I had experienced sex with someone who I'd loved. I'm also gonna drop a big truth bomb. I've had one casual encounter. Why? What happened at age 22? Things change further. You're kind of breaking out of that eggshell called college life and you're breaking into the real world. Suddenly, you're not just with people your age, you're meeting people who are 10 years older than you, 20 years older than you. You're meeting possible mentors. You're meeting people your age who are trying to hustle the same way you are. You suddenly meet people from your industry as well. You know what happened to me at that stage? Somehow, I was fortunate enough to find the perfect career for myself. All my personal strengths were kind of aligning themselves and going into the process of creating a YouTube based business. I was great at marketing, I was great at communication skills. Back in the day, I was great at fitness. So I thought, okay, let's start a fitness YouTube channel. I'll grow it out as a business. Over the years, that's exactly what I did. But at age 22, I was fortunate enough to fill up my dopamine void. I knew that what I'd found matches my strengths exactly. So I'd wake up every single day with the intention of creating something, of going that one further step in my own career. And every single night, I'd sleep with satisfaction. That's called filling up the dopamine void. I was also single at this point, but that didn't matter because I was kind of hell bent on just killing it with my own career. My dopamine void was getting filled every single night. So there's two perspectives, right? There's your own dopamine void that you're filling through your career. And then there's a lot of other people you meet. There's a lot of other people who've also found their trips in life. There's a lot of other people who haven't found the exact trip in life. Their strengths don't align according to the career they've chosen for themselves. For example, I met a lot of entrepreneurs who didn't really enjoy the process of entrepreneurship. They weren't built to do business. I met some YouTubers who had just taken up YouTube in order to further their business, but they didn't really enjoy doing videos for a living. They didn't enjoy the YouTube game. They hadn't completely filled up their dopamine void. Every time I'd sleep at night after a great shoot day, I'd think to myself, yes, this feels so good. That video I wrote yesterday was recorded beautifully today. Oh my God, best sleep of my life. They were probably not going through that same emotion. The emotion in their head was, oh, had to record 3 videos today. Okay, I'll have to do this for maybe 2, 3 years until my business becomes stable. They weren't enjoying their work. Their dopamine void was not getting filled. I'd also notice, and this was just my observation, that a lot of them, the same guys with that unfilled dopamine void, they talk a lot about sex. They talk about sex the same way I spoke about sex to my guy friends when I was 11 years old. You know, you bring up a girl in conversation and they'd automatically objectify that girl. They'd be like, yeah, she's so hot, man. I think, she'd be great in bed. You talk about sex in general and they kind of get like overhyped. That's what I observed. And I always saw that the same guys who'd get really, really hyped about sex in their early 20s, maybe even in their mid 20s, the same dudes who hadn't completely filled up that dopamine void through their work. I genuinely believe that human beings are born for a certain purpose. Your purpose can't be filling up that dopamine void just through physical pleasures. That dopamine void is only filled through your real purpose. What's the purpose with which you wake up every day? Every time you tick that box at night, your dopamine void will be filled. A career that you enjoy fills up that void completely. Now, keep in mind, I'm not looking down on people who chase casual sex in a certain phase of their life. I understand some people want to chase those experiences, and that's perfectly fine. I'm also going to drop a big truth bomb. I've had one casual encounter. Why? Because when YouTube started picking up, fame also started picking up. All right. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to be young once. Let me go have some fun. I didn't really enjoy it. Mainly because I had experienced sex with someone who I'd loved, and I was now trying a casual situation with a person who I didn't really love. was probably physically attracted to that person, but that's about it. There's nothing wrong with her. It was just that absence of love. And honestly, sex without love feels empty. You hear this a lot, but you don't really understand it until you've experienced sex without love. I hear some of my friends now who've been in long term relationships. They say things like, yeah, I've only had sex with one person. So sometimes I wonder what it's like having sex with other people. I'll tell you, I personally feel that sex with that one person who you love a lot, that's the best kind of sex in the world. And that's something that needs to be voiced a lot more, especially in India. Don't put sex on a pedestal. Should put relationships, meaningful relationships that bring something out in you. That's what you should be putting on a pedestal.